It's time to sip the coffee and spill the tea on Talking with 3D Live. Here's your host, Derrick Dixon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talking with 3D Live. I'm your host, Derrick Dixon, and this is where we always sip the coffee and spill the tea. And today we're going to be spilling some tea with Mighty Mark. Mighty Mark is in the house, and let me tell you something. I feel I'm sitting next to royalty when I'm talking about Mighty Mark. I can't even believe that he is here. When I have learned so much and I've done my research and found out about Mighty Mark, I'm just like, man, oh man, this man is sitting here. He wants to sit next to me. He's going to allow me, Derrick Dixon, to interview him. I feel nothing but special today. So listen, before we even get into the interview, because we've got so much to talk about and I don't want to miss a minute, and I don't want you to miss a minute, but hit the subscribe button, click it, love it, share it, do all those things, and make sure that everybody is listening to Talking with 3D Live and watching Talking with 3D Live. So go out and tell a friend. I know y'all all know Mighty Mark, but I want y'all to know Mighty Mark the Talking with 3D way. So please make sure that you are locked in right now and just sit down with your friends and watch this right now. But I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Mighty Mark and what I found out about Mighty Mark, a platinum certified producer, DJ, a cultural architect creating high energy music. Since emerging in 2007, he has built a multifaceted career spanning production, performance, executive creator work, and cultural development. He works extents behind records and sets, designing experiences, developing talent, and also contributing to creative ecosystems and connect music, movement, and meaning. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mighty Mark.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure. It's
Yes.
my pleasure. I love that introduction.
Yes.
Make me feel special, you know?
You are special. Especially when you come here, you special.
Nah, I appreciate y'all having me so
You
much.
special. And I'm again, I don't take this for granted.
Mm-hmm.
This is really special to me, to meet Mighty Mark, but just the fact that you said yes.
Yes.
That means a lot to me, that, I get to sit down and find out about your world and what makes Mighty Mark Mighty Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So, I told them a little bit about you. Tell us something more about who Mighty Mark is.
Yeah, I'm really just a musician at heart, and I like to help people. I like to see you get from point A to point B. So as a music producer, sometimes I'm the therapist for an artist. Sometimes I'm just like the motivator, asking you how your day is actually going.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my work via music, via the executive production, via behind the scenes work, it's really just about helping you be the best self, and normally in a creative way.
Mm-hmm. Being the best self. And I think that that's where we get, tricked up.
Yes.
Being your best self, because a lot of times, well, what is my best self?
Good question, yeah.
And that's what people's question is, what is my best self?
Mm-hmm.
I know that I'm a great talk show host, but what could be better?
Right.
I know I'm an actor, and I know that I can get in front of a camera, but what is my best self?
Right.
How do you pull that out of someone?
Really, the first thing is kind of finding out where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like the navigational guide. I'm the GPS. I'm the Google Maps, helping you get to that point. So if I link up with an R&B artist and he says, yeah, I'm really inspired by 90s R&B, but I want to put some current flavor on it. Okay, I'm gonna go listen to 90s R&B, and I'm gonna try to create the best canvas for you to be able to paint that picture. If you are a videographer and you're trying to create like a new platform and make sure the platform connects and just need little tips and tricks or just my opinion on certain things. I'm gonna find out where you want to go and then try to enhance that. So, like, let's say you came to me like, hey, I want to do a podcast. I want to host. Okay, you're speaking, but how are you connecting?
Right.
And what is this conversation going to do for people? Who is your audience?
How do they
Who is it
connect?
for? How do they connect?
Yes.
So now you still hosting, but you making it a little bit deeper. And that's I'm normally meeting with people that kind of know a little bit of themselves, but we trying to make it the best, bring the best out of themselves. So I'm not normally working with people that know anything about what they want to do, but they know a little bit. Like, I know I want to rap, I know I want to dance, I know I want to sing, I know I want to make a Baltimore club track, I know I want to create a platform, I know I want to get into this circle. And I'm trying a little bit. I'm normally working with people who are already trying.
Right.
How do we amplify that? That's where I'm at in the point of my life in this current season.
And that's important. It's so important because we have a lot of people out here that don't have that support, that don't have that push. In this industry, you need that push.
Yes.
You need that push. My push came from back in the day where you probably know him as Dan the cameraman.
Yes. That's my guy.
So my push came from Dan the cameraman. And we connected when that's the name that he went by.
Yes.
And he taught me how to write a treatment. He taught me how to be serious about my craft.
Right. That's a big thing. You got to treat your craft. You got to treat your craft like it's a job and treat it like it means something. In this day and age, with everyone having a phone and high quality cameras being easier to come by than what they were, music being easier to be created. I love that it's more easy to access things to help you get your ideas out. But at the same time, you say, well, I could just do it on my iPhone, and they don't treat their work serious.
Right.
I treat my work like it means something. When I release my work, even if it get 2 views, you're gonna see the artwork.
That's right.
I'm gonna post about it like, hey, check out my new track. I really put this behind it. Like, treat your work like it's important. And even when I first started, even when I was working with Dan did one of my first videos. The video was called "You the Best." It was one of my popular club tracks, and I wasn't saying that I'm the best. And now when I think about it, I go back, you can be the best host. You can be the best club dancer. You can be the best producer. I just believed in my work. And if you believe in your work, I think the audience is going to see that. When I see you, like, oh yeah, they really believe in that work. I'm going to come to this show. I'm going to come to this show because they really believe in what they're doing. And I think when you do that, I think it leads to success, or makes success a little bit more easy because people gravitate to you a little bit more when you're serious about your work.
Yeah, because I love this.
Yes.
You know? And I will go back and watch it and thinking, okay, and I don't mind going watching other talk shows and other podcasts because I try to see what their flavor is and see how they interview and the questions that they ask and go about it. So I think, learning is very important. You can't just, you don't pick it up for, on your own.
Right.
You have to learn.
Right.
And by me watching other shows, I go to sleep thinking, how can I better myself? How can I lift myself up? And how can I make things, more productive for me and my guests?
Correct. Right.
So I want to ask you, your music, your music has been featured across major film and television projects, HBO's Insecure, Space Jam, A New Legacy, and Napoli Ever After, just to name a few.
Yes.
Just to name a few. Mighty Mark, when you see that your music has been featured, because again, I'm thinking, I saw Space Jam, A New Legacy. You don't put the connection together.
Right.
Because we just hear the music. I've seen Napoli Ever After. We hear the music, but we don't, the connection.
Right.
When you hear that, because we watch Brandy. I saw Brandy, and she heard her song for the first time on the radio. What it did to her. What does it do to you, Mighty Mark, when you know your music is going to be part of this?
It really gives you that confidence that no, your music is kind of good enough. Because those songs that were on those different TV shows, I produced for TT the Artist. And we were recording these songs in like a little teeny closet in Brooklyn in South Baltimore. So sometimes when you in like your own silo, we record on the old Dell computer, going in the closet, doing the mic. She spit her verse. You know, sometimes my roommate Mike will mix it. Sometimes we'll go to a local engineer and get the song mixed. Sometimes I would mix the song myself. And you think, is it really good enough? And then when Issa Rae used a few of our songs in the first season of Insecure, then used a song by myself and TT in every following season, like this work that I'm making in this house in South Baltimore is good enough. If it's good enough for HBO, if it's good enough for Space Jam: A New Legacy with LeBron James in it, then you can't stop me now.
Right.
Because sometimes you'll question your work. Like, is my show, is the quality good enough? Is my show, are the questions good enough? And then you see, let me think of a top interview. Maybe you see Joe Button repost, oh, I was looking at the podcast of Baltimore and it was great. And I seen Mighty Mark on there.
Right.
And I seen 3D Live and it was great. And yeah, so you just get those little moments that gives you that confidence. Those placements really gave me confidence.
Yeah, and it makes you feel like that I can conquer whatever I put my mind to it. Whatever I put my mind to it, I can conquer it. You know, you're a DJ for the Baltimore Orioles. You're the official DJ. How do you become the official DJ for the Orioles? And again, going to the Oriole games and you sitting there enjoying the music and everything. We don't know Mighty Mark is behind all of this.
Yes. It all started from my friend Tyler, who was with the Orioles, handling booking the DJs and handling some of the in-game presentation. He actually booked me to DJ Friday and Saturday nights a few years ago. So every Friday and Saturday night, he wanted some Baltimore culture in there. So I would be DJing in between the inning break sometimes, so DJing during pregame. And then the next year, they needed people to actually DJ during the actual game for high leverage moments. So things such as hitting like Let's Go O's and playing instrumentals in between pitches and hitting the button when it's a home run. So it's really something new to me, the in-game sports DJing that I'm still learning. Is more production than DJing, but I love it. The in-game presentation crew has been amazing and helping me, because for a while, my grandfather watched baseball, but I had took a break from baseball.
Okay.
So me getting booked to DJ was me getting back into it, and it's nothing like being at Camden Yards at a baseball game in person.
Yeah.
Completely different than watching it on TV. It's really get the energy, and when you have everybody on base, and then you hit a home run, you hit that grand slam, and the fireworks go like, home run, and you trigger the sample, and the whole stadium just erupts. It's amazing.
It's a feeling.
So I've been loving the time at the Orioles, and we running it back this season. I don't know where the interview dropped, but opening day is coming up.
Okay.
And you're going to catch me at opening day. We
Mighty Mark, opening day. I want to highlight your first official EP release from Baltimore Club. Bangers like Tear Shit Up. Try and Break Me Down. And a remix, Cherry Hill and Down Your Block.
Yes.
You know, again, when you hear people that hear your music and they, you know, there's the sound and the beat and that emotion that they get when they hear this music, what does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel amazing, because I know people feel the same way that I do. So when you hear a song called like Tear Shit Up, when I made that, I was working at Comcast. I was doing on the phone tech support. Somebody calling their internet not working. Somebody calling their TV not working. They pissed off because something not working. They yelling in my ear. I didn't mess this stuff up. I'm just on the other end of the phone. You know what? I'm about to tear some shit up. So let me make this track. Let me get this aggression out in this track.
Right.
Also, like trying to break me down. Trying to break me down.
Yeah.
When I came into club music, it was a shift from it being, I'm not gonna say it was being local, but it was kind of contained versus club music being online. Then certain things that I was doing for my sound or within my branding, within my marketing, I'll see other people do it. So trying to break me down goes, I'm singing, trying to break me down, imitate my style, trying to break me down, imitate my style, and then I chop it up. So a lot of my earlier club tracks was I'm really a nice person, but when that track come on,
Yeah.
I'm really,
You're a beast.
I'm and
You in it.
And I don't make a lot. Some people might see a lot. I got a huge catalog.
Yeah.
I'm not really making club tracks every single day. I'm doing other things as well. But when I sit down to make an actually club track, I really have to have like emotion. Cherry Hill and Down Your Block represents my neighborhood. I'm from Cherry Hill, Baltimore. So it features me. It features Mike Zone. It's co-produced by DJ K Spin, who's also from Cherry Hill. Has Young HID, an artist from Cherry Hill, Up the Hill in Cherry Hill, and Real Popular out Cherry Hill. So it's not just me. Like, it's people that got songs saying Cherry Hill, they're not even from Cherry Hill.
Right.
So like, this is people from Cherry Hill. We made it in Cherry Hill. I brought my computer over to K-Spin House and we started doing the drums. The sample of the girl saying Cherry Hill is from Debonair Samir's daughter. She's saying Cherry. So it's a whole like cultural thing that you can't imitate. You can't replicate it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, I'm glad you went into that. And I love the song Ping Pong.
Oh, yes.
Because I was like, ping pong.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now.
Shout out to TT the artist on
Yes,
that.
I like that. I wanted to ask you, because something that you just said, do people understand the Baltimore sound? Because we hear the DC sound.
Yes.
But there is a Baltimore sound.
Yes.
And you see it in the dancing. You hear it in the clubs. Explain the Baltimore sound.
Yeah. To me, the Baltimore sound, and when you say Baltimore sound, in theory, you talk about the Baltimore club sound.
Yeah.
The Baltimore club music sound. It's really raw. It's aggressive. It sounds like you're getting knocked upside of your head. It sounds like you pissed off at your manager and it's Friday and you just want to let some stress out. It sounds like you can't afford your BG bill and it's real high.
Yeah.
And in the words of the legendary Raw Lee, you got to dance your pain away. It sounds like the track from my man Scotty B, niggas in a place if you want to fight. Like, it sounds like that raw, aggressive, it's not polished. It's organized chaos. It's like just aggression, but it's also love inside it too. It's also love inside it too. So whenever somebody says, what does Baltimore sound like? Organized chaos, hard, raw, unfiltered.
Okay.
Baltimore's unfiltered and it's reflected within the Baltimore club sound and the Baltimore club music.
Yeah. So the song Say Yeah.
Yes.
What was the vibe behind that?
Yes. For Say Yeah, a song by myself and TT the artist. We released it on Move Tracks record, which is a French actually dance label. TT is actually from Florida. She's actually from Florida. So Florida has Miami bass, which I always say is a cousin Baltimore club and a tempo. So, and I'm a fan of Miami bass as well. So with that track, started making like Miami bass style drums, bass lines, and TT just, the lyrics are all her. She just killed it. If you just got paid, say yeah. If you got your hair done, say yeah. So it's really just a call and repeat record,
Yeah.
just saying different things to hype up the crowd and say yeah after. Just a real fun party track. That's what me and TT were really known for, getting the party started and just, when our set came on, it was time to dance. It was time to have a good time.
Yeah. TT the artist.
Yes.
And we've spoken about her today. Tell me where you and TT the artist, how did that connection start?
Yeah, so I had a track titled Let Me Show 'Em. I was working with Debonair Samia, K-Spin, and Mike Mumbles. And I already had the track, and I had two of my artists, Mike, and Rel, rapping on the track. But Debonair Samia was like, I know this girl named TT, and she would sound good on the track. So I said, all right, we recorded the record over Debonair Samia's house. The record turned out great. Okay, and that first record, that was it. And then her manager, Jamal, rest in peace to our guy Jamal, he kept on calling my homeboy, because back in the day, you really couldn't get to me like that. You had to get to my friend Mike to get to me. He kept on calling Mike, TT, love that record. the Let Me Show 'Em. She trying to do some more records like that. Like, nah, I ain't trying to do it. Like, I was in my box. I ain't trying to do no record with her. Like, I don't know like that. Like, I'm just in my house, in Brooklyn doing my thing. Jamal kept on calling Mike. No, yo, she really need to do something. I said, Mike, all right, Mike, tell her come through. She came through, killing it. We did a record called She Rockin', which we released. We did another record called Main Attraction, but we didn't release. And like, I really just like people that work. Like TT coming there, she write, and she's a real artist. She can look at you and draw you from scratch. She can do a video. So yeah, like her work ethic, and we just really lined up. Her being from Florida, she went to school here. She graduated from Micah, so she used to go down to Paradox. So it just was a great synergy. And I'll make something. Her and Jamal come down to Brooklyn, and we'll do a record. Then we'll do another one. Then we'll do another. And then before you know it, we just taking over. We just taking over online, and people booking us out of state to come perform, and eventually Issa Rae, Insecure, Dark City Beneath the Beat, Netflix. It just a whole avalanche. It just started to fall down.
Yeah. TT the artist. How has music evolved? 2020 or 2012, you did Oxygen, Love Games, the Yo Boys, let me show 'em.
Yeah, Let Me Show 'Em, yeah.
How has music evolved from 2012 to 2026?
Music has become extremely more accessible for the people to create, and it's become more abundant. So now you have pockets. Like, it was kind of changing in 2012. It was like somebody can have a hit song, and me and you wouldn't even know it. Because I might just go on Spotify or Apple Music and just listen to the stuff that I like to listen to. But back then, you was kind of forced, which was hot. So now it's all about the music. It's about finding your niche and creating a community and serving those people. Versus back in 2012, like, let me get a major hit. Which a major hit is still good, but people attention span. So now, when I get in the car, I might not listen to the music on the way home. I might put on one of your classic podcast episodes, one of the classic Talking with 3D Live. I might listen to that on the way home. I might listen to a sports podcast. But back then, you would listen to the music, you listen to the radio. So now I think it's a harder fight for artists. Artists got to find different ways to be able to monetize their brand. But on the flip side, you might not have as many crazy outliers that have hits, but I wouldn't be able to live off my music in 2012 like I do now, because it's so many ways to collect your revenue. I can go down. There's so many ways to go to direct to consumer. So many infrastructures like Bandcamp or building your website that wasn't really as prevalent in 2012. So really, the music, that's changed the distribution of music. But in general, the creation of music is just more accessible for people to create. So it's more of it. So it's a little bit harder to cut through the noise.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question, and it's more a personal
Yes.
type question. Your mother passes away,
Mm-hmm.
leaves you a house,
Mm-hmm.
and you take that house and you turn it into a studio.
Mm-hmm.
And by your mother leaving you that house, how did that change what you do, how you appreciate it, fine tune who you are?
Well, she really didn't leave me a house.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't leave me a house. She just passed away. So she didn't leave me a house.
Okay.
The house that I was at was in Brooklyn, but I was renting that house.
Mm-hmm.
But when she passed away, she was really just she was like one of my biggest cheerleaders.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I got on the cover of the city paper, she went all around Cherry Hill. That's my son on the city paper. And even though my mother went through her own things, she always helped people.
Yeah.
She would, like some of the elderly ladies out Cherry Hill, she would go to the market for them. She would go play their number. So really, the passing of my mother really just kind of motivated me to keep helping people, because that's what she wanted to do. She helped people when she coached track and field. She helped people in the neighborhood. So I just try to carry that with me as well.
Yeah, yeah. Mighty Mark, it has been a pleasure. It's been uplifting. You know, new artists coming around today. Again, not just singing, not just music. They want to be DJs. They want to have their own podcasts, because podcasts are popping up here and there, you know, around, and it takes a lot of work. It's not just sitting down having a conversation. You really, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of work. DJing, it's a lot of work, because you have to know your crowd. You have to know your music.
Right.
You know, artists. What do you tell our generation that is coming up now to stay in the game, to follow their dreams, and to know that, again, this is something that you have to follow. This is your passion.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so for an artist coming up, I really tell them, you can do it. It sounds cheesy, but everything that you need to do, the resources are available. So try to build your team, have passion for it, and kind of set goals of what you really want to do. Some consistency. Consistency beats everything. When I first started out, people knew, oh, you're going to get a Mighty Mark track. He's going to drop something. Like, it's hard to stop and start back up. So find a way to be consistent, invest in yourself. Instead of buying new sneakers, instead of going out for a drink, you know, invest in your camera.
Yeah.
And invest in a computer, invest in a keyboard, invest in yourself. I'm not saying that you need a lot, but like, treat your art and your craft like it means something. If you want to make it, if you just want it to be a hobby, hobby is great too.
That's right.
Hobby is great
Nothing
too.
against
it's
it.
It's nothing against being a great DJ as a hobby or a great producer as a hobby. But if you want people to pay you, you want people to invest in you, you have to be the biggest investor in yourself.
Yeah. What is next for Mighty Mark? What do you see? Where do you see yourself at now? Where do we see you at now?
I'm getting back into making club music, like just dropping club tracks.
Yeah.
I'm dropping some club tracks this month. I made a track just because I'm so excited for the Orioles season. I got a club track called Let's Go O's. I got a club EP coming out called Watch Me Rock. And I'm about to just start throwing some club music out, because I threw a track out like a year and a half ago named Rosetta, named after my mother.
Okay.
And it did pretty good. I didn't promote it. I said, let me just put this out. And it got over 63,000 plays on Spotify. If people buy it on Bandcamp, that's a direct-to-consumer website. I said, well, I put this Rosetta out and people liked it. It don't cost me a lot to put this music out. Let me just make it and just put some stuff out. I'm not thinking about a huge rollout. I'm not thinking about who can dance to it and do a TikTok. I'm just putting it out for the world and just releasing it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Also, Orioles season is coming up. Cherry Hill Arts and Music Festival, July the 4th. And we have Spitcam University classes in session, DJ sets.
Okay.
So all of that is going on right now. So you can follow me on all the social medias at I Am Mighty Mark and just check me out.
Yeah, so check him out, Mighty Mark, you guys. I appreciate you coming by. You know, again, follow Mighty Mark. He's got so much stuff coming out, the new club music coming out, the Orioles. You got to go out to the Orioles games. Check out Mighty Mark because you got to go there live so you can get the whole vibe and the whole experience of what Mighty Mark is putting out. Thank you so much. You've just, you know, poured into me so much to make me want to do better at my craft and what I'm doing and believe in everything that I'm doing because I think it's so important. My best girlfriend, Keisha, when she lived there, it was Keisha Hill, but she grew up in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
And I think of Keisha now because Keisha has gone from Cherry Hill to now living in a big, you know, like either 6-7 bedroom home.
Ooh.
She's doing it all on her own. Trust me, she's been through some things on her way. But she's not that person who you thought she was.
Yeah.
And I think of her, you telling your story coming from Cherry Hill and she coming from Cherry Hill and how Keisha has persevered and did not let anything stop her from being who she truly was. But it took the Cherry Hill to get her where she was today.
That is true. Cherry Hill people are resourceful.
Yes.
They resourceful. We'll make something happen out of nothing.
A Cherry Hill person know everybody.
Yeah, we know because everybody a lot of people stay in Cherry or they got family in Cherry, they come through Cherry Hill.
Yes.
So even people on East Side and West Side, they got a cousin that's go to Cherry Hill or
right.
Cherry Hill is like, and then we close to Cherry Hill. We resourceful and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it rock. If we don't got no computer, we're gonna record a song on our iPhone, on our iPad. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
That's right. Mighty Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We're going to support everything that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to Talking with 3D Live. I'm your host, Derrick Dixon. We're here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you click it, love it, share it, do all those things. And everybody is tuned in to Talking with 3D Live, which is an iRose film production. Go out, love somebody intentionally.